Hey guys, it's me Nikki, and today we are going to do a look using the Lorac Brunch Palette, and this is going to be a lot of fun. So just to give you an idea of what colors are in this palette, you get like a very, very pretty like teal mint color, you get a blue, you get a few different corals, there's some purples and some grays, and it's just kind of neat. So we're gonna hop into it. The first thing we're gonna do is prime the eye, and I am using the e.l.f. Nude Linen Liquid Eyeshadow. Man, like I'm telling you, this stuff is so good, and it's so freaking cheap. I actually wear this a lot more than I do my Laura Mercier base. I have the base in flax, and it's nice, but this actually leaves my skin matte, whereas the Laura Mercier has a little bit of like a satin finish, and I'm just not a huge fan of that. So I'm going to go ahead and take a brush, and what I'm going to do is just kind of blend this into my skin and make sure I've got like a really nice, smooth, even canvas to apply my eyeshadow. Okay guys, so when that has dried, I'm going in with a shade here called Sorbet, and it's more of like a dusty rose color. With this, I'm going to go ahead and apply it onto my crease. I'm not using this as a transition color per se, because it's the only color that I'm putting in my crease. The reason why I wanted to do it like this is to keep it very simple, very toned down, which is not usually what I do on this channel, but you know, if you want to wear this to church, or you know, you're gonna meet up with like grandma, or you just want to look really cute, maybe you have, you know, some like Easter pictures or something, definitely really nice to wear. And with it being springtime, this is very, very simple, but it's elegant. So I went ahead and applied it there, and I'm gonna go in one more time with just a little bit more, and I'm gonna turn my brush sideways. And that way, I'm going to make sure that I get it above my crease as well. So what I'm going to do next is grab a shade called Bloody Mary right here. It's kind of like a peachy pink, and it has a little bit of shimmer in it. I'm doing kind of like a halo eye, and I'm going to grab some of that product. I'm going to put it on the inner corner of my eyelid, and I'm bringing it all the way to Sorbet. After I've applied it to the inner corner, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of follow right below my crease and pat that over to the other side, but I'm not touching the center of my eyelid. I'm going right above my mobile lid. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply this to the very outer edge here. Leaving the center blank. So I'm going to go in with my finger, and I'm going to grab a shade here called Gluten Free, and it is a very light kind of cream white shimmery shade, and I'm going to pat it right on the center of that lid, and I'm going to build it up just a little bit. So you do not need a lot. It's incredibly soft, it's very elegant, and this is such a simple look. So now this is going to be almost the finished eye look. I am going to go in with an Urban Decay eyeshadow, and this is in Walk of Shame. It's what I normally reach for when I want a matte highlight for my brow bone area, and Walk of Shame is just a really nice light skin tone for me. So I'm going to grab quite a bit of this, and I'm going to follow right underneath my brow, and I'm going to be patting it on. And I don't really want to blend away that really nice like dusty rose color, so I'm very, very gently like patting this right next to it to kind of merge the two, but without taking away any pigmentation. So for the actual liner, what I decided to do was go in with NARS Cayenne, and it's just a brown cream eyeshadow. I'm using this as a liner, and the way I'm doing it is I'm just kind of grabbing a bit on my brush and I'm going right up along my lashes and pushing it right into where it meets my actual lid. I'm not trying to be too glamorous. I want this to be kind of like a refreshing, invigorating, soft wash of color that's elegant and wearable anywhere, even church. So with that being said, I am going to have to get off camera to do that, but I just wanted to show you guys exactly what I was going to be doing. I do have a piece of tape here, so I'm very, very lightly going to do a wing, but as you guys can see on this side, it's not really much of a wing at all. It's just a little bit to kind of help give my lashes at the very edge a little bit of go. So I will be right back. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do next is take an eyeliner, and this is from Urban Decay. It's in the shade Yeyo. Yeyo! So, I'm going to grab this guy, and I'm going to put just a little bit underneath my lower lash line. I know you're probably thinking, wait, what? White there? And I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this, and I'm going to smudge it out. What I'm going to do is take that kind of dusty rose shade from that Lorac palette, and I'm going to apply it right on top. And you'll see a little bit of shimmer in between, and it'll be like a little bit of a peekaboo, which would be really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with Sorbet again, right here. And I'm going to pack it right on top of that white. Now you can still see a lighter color underneath the shadow, and that was the whole point. I wanted it to look kind of similar to the white shade that we applied in the center of the upper lid, but I didn't want it to be overwhelming. So I wanted it to be just a little bit lighter than that and not as sparkly. So next I'm going to go ahead and do my upper lashes with mascara. I do my lower lashes at the very end of the look. Basically, whenever I use concealer in this area, it tends to get on my lashes and I don't really want to double up. So I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Fiber Lash Duo stuff, and this stuff is bomb, by the way. I'm going to apply this, and then, while it's still wet, I'm going to go in and apply the fibers right on top of it. And it's time to seal the deal. I'm going to go ahead and apply this right on my lashes, making sure to cover every single fiber that is there. It really actually makes my lashes look way longer than what they are. Plus, I just permed my lashes, which is super awesome. I love that because I have really short lashes, and whenever I use like a regular eyelash curler, it just doesn't work. Like my eye shape and the device, something happens and it's not good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in here with the Wonder Pencil from NYX. This is in Fair, I do believe. Yes, no, sorry, Light. WP01. And I'm going to line my waterline using this, so that way it creates the illusion that my eyes are a little bit larger and brighter than what they are. So I'm going to go ahead and just apply a little bit of that right there on my waterline. So again, this is a really nifty trick. If you have a concealer pencil, give it a shot because it definitely will work for you. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now, guys, is concealer, because we've got to do concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and this is in Sand Sable. And I'm just going to go and put it, obviously, like underneath my eye. And I am running low on this, but I have a backup somewhere. Just gotta find it. So once you've applied that, go in with a beauty blender and blend it upwards and outwards. And I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my boyfriend is watching The Office right now. So what I'm going to go ahead and do next, guys, is set this concealer, because if I don't, it's going to get crazy up in here. So I'm using the e.l.f. I'm using the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder, and this is bomb. This is so bomb. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this all over the place. What I really like about this is the fact that it actually like minimizes your pores. Like it just keeps everything in place and just kind of like smooths everything. Isn't that awesome? And it's like $2. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is do my contour. And for that, I am using the e.l.f. Cream Contour. I actually mixed a few palettes together, so I apologize. But I'm using this shade right here, and I'm going to have to replace that sometime soon, of course. But, you know, it works. Got to use it all up. So I have a little bit of that, and I'm using a black beauty blender. And then I'm going to go in with a powder. And again, this is the powder contour from e.l.f. I'm using the darkest shade that came in it. And I am going to just kind of set that contour. I'm going to go ahead and go in with a big freaking fluffy brush. This is from Zoeva. This is the Luxe Face Definer. I'm going to just very gently blend. Alright, so what I'm going to do next, guys, is my mascara on my lower lashes. So, e.l.f. Mineral Infused Mascara. This is my jam. It's been my jam for like 4 years now. I hope that they never ever discontinue this product, or else I will just cry. Well, okay, I probably wouldn't cry, but I would write, like, I would email them every day. I would just send them like random sad emails. So the very next step, of course, is going to be the blush. The blush is going to make or break the look, okay? Like, you don't want to go too heavy, but you do want to have some color. And I chose a pink because, as you guys can see on the eyes, it kind of helps coordinate the look. So going in with a blush brush here, I'm literally like patting it into my Tarte blush. This is in Fearless, and it's the Amazonian Clay blush. I'm going to tap the brush on my hand, and then I'm going to pat it on. And it's always best to go a little bit at a time because you really don't want to look like a shit clown. Shit clowns aren't pretty. And what I'm going to go ahead and do next, of course, is going to be the highlight, because why not? Wanted to keep it a little bit on the down low and keep things a little bit neutral. So I'm actually using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. And this has dim light, incandescent light, and radiant light. I'm actually using incandescent light today. So that is the shade right here in the middle. It has a little bit of a pink tone to it. And again, I wanted to keep everything kind of subtle. With that being said, I'm going in here with a fan brush. And I'm going to very, very gently apply this right above the blush and into the blush. Then I'm going to put just a little bit on my nose, but just the tip of my nose. I really don't want to be a shine factory today. So, a little bit on my chin. Awesome. Alright, so the next step, of course, is going to be the lip color, and I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do, but let's go on an adventure together. So for the lips, I decided to go with a Lipstick Queen lipstick, and this is in the shade Bright Natural Sinner. Ooh, sounds a little enticing, right? Let's give this a go. So this is the finished look on my face, of course, and you know what? I really like the color selection in this. Can we just go over this real quick? Because I feel like we need to. So there's definitely some pastels, which are a plus. If you were hoping for a pastel palette, or, I mean, let's just face it, pastel shades are the hardest, literally, the hardest, and I know because I've made eyeshadows, they are the hardest color to make, specifically when you're trying to keep your formula consistent to the brands. You know, like let's say you have a staple type of formula. If you want to keep it the same, it takes a lot of work. So I commend them on their job. I think Lorac did a great job with this palette. I love the cornflower blue. In fact, I may do a look with that. I don't know. I'm still kind of debating. I have a lot of makeup that I need to try out and share with you guys. The purples, beautiful, beautiful. And this right here, avocado toast, like, can we just look at this? Like, I mean, is this not like the most beautiful thing ever, right? It's like gorgeous. Anyways, so I feel like this is perfect. There's so many looks you can do using pastels. Now, do I feel like this is a standalone palette? No. And for myself, what I would do is I would actually pair it with, you guys saw me with Urban Decay's Walk of Shame. I would literally pair it with a matte nude shade for my brow highlight, and maybe a brown, either light or cool, depending on what kind of look I'm going to go for, as an actual crease shade or a transition shade. Other than that, this has it. So with that being said, you know, we all have transition shades. We all have that matte highlight color. Like, this would go with anyone's collection. Let's just be honest here. This is perfect. Yeah, so I hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.